hate the fact that I
Well,
have to like
happy
got it.
Friday if that is the day of the week in your time zone. But welcome to the Upstream Marketing meeting. It is Friday, August 6th, and let's get started. Please add your name to the agenda if you would. And yeah, it's good to see a full crowd here today. We usually start with a round of updates and big wins. It seems like got some filled in that I take it. Bob, can you walk us through? Or I saw Caslin's note, but I was hoping you could voice
Yeah,
over.
one sec. I will pop open the notes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, you have to be
So
in the doc to read it? That's crazy. I thought you just had it all in your head.
so the biggest thing is
Dog.
yeah, the dog. And so each year there's a Kubernetes steering election, and there is a lot of comms that are associated with that election. And usually the person that is facilitating the comms is actually part of the election committee, just because they are part of the group that helps coordinate all the deadlines, as well as has access to some of the back end systems to handle the election. So sort of the ask was if anyone on the sort of contributor comms marketing team was interested in potentially being on the election committee this time around.
That is quite the opportunity.
Yeah, I will say Josh is already on it, so we probably shouldn't have more red hatters.
No, I wasn't going to sign up, so I'm
well,
trying.
good. That gives me a wonderful out.
Yeah, right. Like both of us. See ya.
Well, great. I mean, we have a wonderful group of people that are in the contributor comms tag on Slack, so
Yeah.
we can send a notification out during this meeting. But the specific, to be clear about what they're signing up for, if they say yes, it would be what weekly meetings and some issue.
There isn't really a weekly meeting for this. It is you are coordinating with the other steering election committee members. Usually it's like 3 to 4, and you figure out your own timeline, because part of the role of the committee is to actually plan the timeline for the election itself. So you will sort of collectively plan when the comms go out, when the deadlines are, and all that.
That's amazing. That could be really quite cool.
The big one is our usual deadline this time for the announcing election, doing all that stuff, is KeepCon. So there'll have to be some adjustment in the schedule this time around.
Cool.
So
okay. Excuse me while my browser explodes a little. Sorry.
So could this person enlist help from this team, or what is this like need to be a siloed process kind of thing?
They could enlist help from this team, but there at least has to be one person that is nominated to be a part of the team, or is not nominated,
is the official point of contact.
Is the official point of contact, because they will be added to the elections. There's elections at Kubernetes.io group. So anyone that has questions, concerns, things like that goes to that group to just help facilitate things.
So really, it could be anybody on this team, and we could kind of team up on this with them as the lead. So I think
minus red
for
hat.
sure. Yeah. So there's also a vendor aspect of it, and full disclosure, both Chris and I work for Red Hat as well as a couple other contributors. So we'll recuse ourselves, I guess, or just bow out. But just know if you are on this call and you're interested in that opportunity, you'd have our full support. And my plan is, I think we could save some time in this meeting just so it's a recurring item every week to make sure you're getting that support. So I'm just going to add that to our future agenda as a as a campaign in progress. Steering
Cool.
committee support.
Yeah, if you are interested in this, please reach out to myself or Josh Burkus like ASAP.
ASAP. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll send a message in Slack, ideally during this meeting, just to get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's really exciting.
That is exciting. Thank you, Bob.
I realized we dove right in and blew past an opportunity to say hello. Gina, Nikhil, I think I haven't seen you two join yet, so I'd like to say welcome and hello. You don't have to go off mute unless you'd like to introduce yourself, but you're welcome to. Really happy to have you here. The very quick scope of this is we try to support the upstream community that we're a part of by finding ways of communicating complex things in better ways than people would do on their own without some support. And it's kind of stuck. It's worked pretty well, so we continue to do that. If that's how you'd like to contribute to Kubernetes, then you're absolutely in the right place.
And it is contributing.
Yes, absolutely. So welcome, welcome. If you'd like to introduce yourself, you're absolutely welcome to.
Well, hello. My name is Gina. I'm from Mexico, and yeah, I'm new into all of this kind of contributing. Actually, I get here thanks to Kunal.
Of course.
But yeah,
Of course.
I'm new, but well, I'm really excited, and I can help in any way that I can be able to. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
No, that's perfect. Welcome.
Perfect. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool. Okay, great. Cruising right along. Oh, I should also say it's always nice to hear you may not understand everything we're talking about on your first day, and the very first way you can contribute is by continuing to show up. Like it takes more than a few weeks. It took me a number of months to feel like, oh, I know enough to help. What were you gonna say, Kunal?
It took me like 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
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 But now you are, like, you're deep in it, and it's so appreciative. I think Kubernetes is a place where showing up is contributing, and that's a really special part of it. So thank you for being here. Cool. Cruising right along. Some comms around Easy CLA. Can we get a quick voiceover on Easy CLA?
So Easy CLA is like currently when you open a PR, you will see the little like CLA, yes, CLA, CNCF CLA, yes, no. And the LF is sort of getting rid of that system and migrating to a new system that is called Easy CLA and is actually open source.
Is it actually easy though?
No.
Open source irony for the win. Okay.
I have a rant that's better for when this is not recorded, but the general big thing is like we were really trying to target next week to roll it out, but we will probably not make that deadline just because the PR to actually add the functionality into like our CI is not merged yet, and we still have to test. However, there's very specific windows of time for this sort of thing because we don't want to introduce a big change, say like around enhancements freeze or code freeze, where we will basically piss off the entire contributor base by putting another roadblock in. So I will hopefully have a better idea of time frame early next week.
Okay.
But yeah, that's when we'll need to start more blasting of the comms.
We can blast the comms.
Great. Yeah, and if you have whatever call to action, like the CTA, we need to point them to a URL where they sign back up, or if we want to get ahead of it, if there's a page we need to add to the .dev domain where it says like,
not
this is what this is. No?
Yeah.
I can actually build a video demo if you want, right? Like I have no problem doing that.
Here's the problem right now is because there are two CLA systems, they have separate databases. Like they plan to do like right now they are synced like just randomly. So yeah, they will like once
Some
we
kind of
have
import
like
export process or something.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So once we have a better idea of when the deadline, like when we can actually do the cutover, the vast majority of users should not be impacted, but
there will be some.
There will be some.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
I think that's the TLDR on all that from me.
Fair enough. Any questions or suggestions?
Is there anything we can start working on now, Bob? Or
and probably just the general comms message for it. Like I sent one out I think like 2 months ago, just like, hey, this is coming.
Okay.
Like I don't want to like we send something out
Yeah.
like immediately, just because like, you know, if you create something in the easy CLA system, it'll be wiped when they do the import. So it's kind of
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't do anything with it now. So we have to communicate when they're done, basically. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Like I will have a much better grasp on like all the steps and everything probably next week. I'm
cool.
Talking to a lot of the other GitHub admins to try and get all the little minutia details worked out.
Makes sense to me.
Great. Well, add us in Slack if you'd like. I think if anyone has inspiration on what a good message would be for this, we could start putting together an email, tweets if we think it's the right medium, or like just a quick FAQ of like, here's what just happened, here's what to do if you're one of the few people affected by it. Like any place where we can reinforce the minorness. Oh, you're good. Yeah.
Maybe we should even consider Slackbot for this one, since it'll affect
so many people.
Yeah. The other thing is like the one sort of good thing in all this is there is literally nothing Kubernetes can do. Like if you have a problem, it has to be opened with the LF. There's like, we are completely out of the picture.
Wow.
With this system. So
okay.
Yeah, and how do you want to message that part of it? Because that, you know, when you lose that sense of ownership and control, it can.
This is a wholly owned process by Linux Foundation. We're plugging into it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And their bot I can get you the details on like their, like, because they have a like service desk thing for reporting issues and all that. So we can get.
Okay, great. Good context. We'll keep an eye on the evolving conversation and support you through it. And by you, I mean the collective you. And you personally, Bob. Any support you need, we're here for.
Actually, no, we were only going to support the Kubernetes Zoom user. That's it.
Yeah. So I just tested or clicked on their little thing to see where it would take me in their system to like log a ticket.
Yeah.
And it just takes me to their Jira portal.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
But does the Jira portal have an OAuth or an SSL that you don't have access to? Because that'd
do
be
anything with it is the question. Yeah.
That's I just dropped a link to the type of message that you'll get if you do not have a CLA signed in easy CLA.
Oh, okay. You might want to put this in the
Oof, not covered. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
Very official. Okay.
Yeah, very, 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 very official.
Well, I mean, that's good because we could screenshot that and and add that in as a. Do we have a standard like FAQ page anywhere that we like to use?
Isn't there?
I feel like there are lots to choose from, but I didn't know if we kind of.
The LF has their own one for easy CLA.
So we should just link to that probably, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Or, you know, put some context around it, then link to it maybe at most.
Okay. Well, again, don't want to get too caught up on that since it's coming, but it sounds like no
Right.
action required this moment.
Yeah.
Moving right along. So it looks like there's an opportunity to write a blog post about recommendations for a good first issue. Is that request there? I'm not sure the origin of it.
That was me
Okay.
from the contributor experience
cool.
meeting. It was just something that was brought up in that meeting that I thought we should keep an eye on, because if someone is going to do work in that area to create some kind of resources to help contributors make better good first issues, then that's definitely something we should communicate to contributors. So I just wanted
great.
everyone to know that that was discussed, and I don't know if someone is going to work on it or if we should work on it, or
Yeah.
or people would love it if we did, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Or-
mean,
we have a lot on flight right now, to be honest with you. See you about
exactly.
Later.
yeah. No, and pretty standard division of labor in like a comms organization is like the team that owns like the experience of the contact of an issue, like they should really be, if we've learned anything from working with SIG security, they should be the ones recommending what happens next. And we should help communicate that. And if we can facilitate them writing it in an effective way, that's great. But I would be concerned if we like had full ownership over it, if you will, because that's when we're going to get into a place where we're advising people that when they have preferences that we might have missed. So is there anyone in particular that's had that in mind that we should keep in contact with?
Yes, I'll have to look at the notes on who exactly said that.
Okay. Great. Let's see. Is anyone else having moments with Google Docs where?
Yes. I was just about to say something. Is Google being slow for y'all? Like G
So I just
Docs.
typed a sentence and it waited a full 10 seconds for that sentence to be typed out completely.
Yeah, I have
So-
that problem kind of on and off
What was that?
throughout the day.
For 30-plus-year-olds, what was that? Ghostwriter? Like kids TV show from PBS? Anyway, just had a flashback to something that I don't think anyone else ever watched. Never mind. Cool. Yeah, oh great.
So I
Please
looked
do.
it up. Oh yes, sorry. I'll
I just saw a
update this
message,
and then Nikhil, if that's okay. I
that'd
looked
be-
up the notes,
that'd be
and there was someone named Madhav in the meeting who mentioned this as a question to the group, and the group was like, "Oh yeah, that would be a good idea to do." So I
Love
don't
it.
know if there's someone in particular for us to talk to, but Nikhil, yes, Nikhil, please introduce yourself.
Hey, we can't hear you just yet.
I hear clicking.
Don't yet.
You look unmuted, but we can't
Yeah,
hear you.
Can't hear you.
Might need to adjust your microphone settings.
Hardware mute button.
We also had another new person join. No obligation to do so, but you're welcome to introduce yourself if you'd like to, either off mute or via text and chat.
Yeah,
But thanks
Nikhil,
for
if you
joining.
can't get it working, please feel free to post in the chat and we'll read it aloud for you.
Yes.
Dramatic readings by Kunal.
Just because I have a fancy mic.
Oh, yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, there we go. Well, you've been quieter than usual, and I like hearing your podcaster slash streamer voice.
ASMR.
Okay, well, feel free to interrupt if you can get the audio working. In the meantime, we'll just keep moving along on the agenda. There's a note on KubeCon panels. KubeCon wasn't announced mostly. I think there's still some unknowns on what's listed versus happening, but
Our
what was
talk's
the,
happening, right?
is
The
it?
one-
I lost track.
Well, it's on the schedule.
That's a
But
good sign.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah.
Great.
The one this team submitted is going
Yeah,
off.
the non-code one, what about that? Me, Chris, Cassian, Matt.
That was on the schedule. Pretty sure.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
so I'm linking to the schedule in the notes for those. There's a KubeCon / Cloud Native Con happening in North America,
October?
possibly with, what's that?
In October.
In October, possibly in person or at least hybrid. At least to date, that's the messaging, right?
Yeah.
But that could change. But yeah, we have a panel representing this working group, and that is accepted.
Rocking non-code contributions.
Rocking how to rock out with non-code contributions.
Whoever
Absolutely
put that
love it.
together was brilliant.
You know who wrote that
It sounds like a Bardism.
Bart thing?
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Love that guy. Good. Well, it's always good to continue to get the word out there that you don't have to be hands on keyboard coding all the time to be contributing to a big project like Kubernetes. So we're happy to do so. And if that interests you, keep showing up, and we'll keep submitting to conferences. And I'm gonna officially bow out after this one. So of the talk tracks. So other people should fill in.
And I'll be bowing out after the next one. So yeah.
Good. Yeah. Keep new faces and new voices coming in.
Hey, Nikhil, we see you. We saw you.
Getting closer.
Getting
Figure it out.
Getting there.
Well, great. It's kind of the end of the new items. I think we went in a slightly different order, so I'm just gonna clean some stuff up. Gonna shift to what else is on people's minds. Either
I've still got the SIG multi-cluster profile that I need to work on.
Great. I'll just
It's been a week
share.
though, and I feel like next week is going to be worse. So I don't know if I'm spinning my wheels yet, but I feel like I might be soon.
Okay. Well, just a reminder, we have a board clicking from the campaigns in progress. We have a board of different articles that people are working on. Chris you were just saying the multi-cluster kind of paused right now. I actually didn't know you started to write it, so that's totally fair.
And that's the thing, right? Like I've done the interview, it was recorded, and I have a transcript. I just need to throw it all together in like a legible blog post. And
okay,
I could maybe do that this weekend. I've said that 2 weekends in a row now and haven't gotten to it. So it's kind of like, I don't know if this is going to happen just because of work stuff, but
yeah, if I can
make
just
another
be
effort.
somebody,
yeah,
if I can just be somebody who reminds you that this is volunteer contribution to an upstream community. Take your time. There's no urgency here. It's really, we'll happily support you if we can, but just don't add that pressure to your life this weekend. Enjoy some food and some sleep, and maybe a book or a video game, whatever you need.
Thank you.
For sure. Good. Joel's not here, and that's okay. Chris, you were supporting Dewan, who said he's making progress on the SIG profile and a node.
Yes, we are actually, he and I are meeting at 2:30 today to talk about many things, but part of that is that, since he couldn't be here today.
Great. Yeah, and for those new SIG profiles, it's just a recurring type of article. We call it SIG Spotlight, SIG Profile. It really means interviewing and talking to one of the many special interest groups inside Kubernetes and helping them kind of express in a blog post what they're about, what they're after. More often than not, we find out they're looking for new recruits to so we kind of help them advertise themselves effectively. And Caslin has actually written up some steps to do this, and like the list of all SIGs that we've, well, that's actually not even all of them at this point, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, I have no idea when we last looked at this, Caslin.
A while.
I'm just gonna exit out of that real quick. It's gonna, cool. And Sladen was working on a discussion on the KEP. I don't remember if that got published. Right. This was an article kind of explaining why we're going from 4 releases a year to 3. And I think there might have been a blog post about this. Be worth, it's the quickest way to look at the blog dot.
There's already one from what I've seen.
Yeah, I thought I could have sworn that was covered already. Well, I can look in the background when I'm not presenting, but I'm pretty sure that was done. Definitely not done. Definitely not done. Great. Any other interest in articles or ideas for articles that we should write down? You don't have to be committed to doing it yourself. These could just be requests. So actually I should add the, ooh, if my browser wouldn't freeze, I'll add the one on good first issue. Cool. No other ideas? Move on.
Rajula put something in about the new Kubernetes release cadence. Sorry, were we just talking about that, or?
Ooh, yeah, I just saw that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
we
feel
were
like
just
that's
talking about
been
that.
well communicated.
It has been, yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely got out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I had people on stream, like on the Red Hat live streaming side, asking if our cadence was going to change. So I feel like the board was very well done. Like this was a good message, like an example of the good messaging getting out the door in a hurry kind of thing, right? Like I don't think anybody has any questions as to why or how or anything like that. So it's a great use case example of communicating big change, I feel like.
Cool. I'm just gonna basically move the one that Sladen signed up for and just say this was done, completed. Cool. That is encouraging to see. Oh, my browser is struggling. Okay, other topics people want to explore? Or questions you have? If you're new, that's also encouraged. Even if you're not new, it's encouraged.
We have the next release shadow application deadline next Friday, so we have to do some communication with that.
Cool.
I should probably also add that I applied for that after speaking to many members of the release team, so I'll probably be a shadow this time.
Good.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's coming up Friday. Kazan, any drafts or tweets that, oh, the new Twitter interface. Is that something maybe we could take a moment and just live demo? Like maybe writing a
Great idea.
tweet about this and you sharing your screen on how to do it?
That sounds really cool. I don't know that I've really tested out this new way to do it yet. So I've been watching what Rajula and Cardican have been doing on the.
You can just give it a
website.
try from the issue. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, I could give it a shot. That would be a great thing for me to do. Let
Fingers
me get
crossed.
to the. right
Deborah in the
place.
wild here.
There
Live
you go.
Yeah.
demo with no prep.
Test and prod.
Test and prod. Do feel a little bit like that sometimes. Contributor tweets. Okay, bring this up. Put that here. Sorry, I'm organizing my tabs.
There's no tab shaming on this call. You can window shame me at this point.
I was streaming on Twitch yesterday and I just kept adding more tabs and I was like, oh,
That's how it
somebody's
goes.
getting very frustrated with this, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that's really how it goes when you're live streaming. It's just like add another tab to the fire.
I cannot share my screen.
Oh no.
Let me make you co-owner. There you go. You should be able to now.
Cool. Okay, so can you see? Or is it a black screen? Because
is
that
a
happened to me earlier this week.
Black screen. It
black
says you
screen.
started sharing.
Yep.
Okay, let me try
It's-
rejoining the call because for some reason it always puts me in the web version of Zoom and I don't trust that. So I'm gonna see if I can get it to come up in the installed client for Zoom and we'll see if
Cool.
that fixes it.
Okay.
That will be good data.
Yes.
I will be right back. And if
got
Rajula,
it.
if you want to do this instead while I'm doing that, feel free. But
Yeah, you can just, you have to tweet current already. I can just tweet. Should we wait for Kaz then?
It would be good to get it recorded, I think. I mean, if you're going to share your screen, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Let me give you co-host. Everybody gets a co-host. You're a co-host.
You are co. Everybody co-host. All up in this. Yeah, it'd be great to get this recorded and kind of like linked in the issue template dealio for instructions.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, because I can totally edit this video. Just how to commit a tweet. Ta-da.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Or I do.
back. So I can try sharing my screen again maybe after this just to see if this works, but didn't want to
Yeah.
hold up progress.
We can change the text. The text looks okay.
I think it looks okay.
Be part of the Kate's 1,
I
2,
hope
3 release team.
File.
I think the only really minor would be lowercase k in the
No, it's supposed to be
numer-
uppercase.
whatever. It's supposed to be uppercase?
Mhm.
Oh, my bad. Wait, why?
I don't know. It's
Doesn't look
like
good.
in the official docs, it's all uppercase. So
Even the S?
not the S, the K, just the K.
Sorry, now I'm
I
just
know that
trolling.
sounds weird, but whatever.
Whenever it's
Okay, quick.
shortened to K8s.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But
I know a lot of people won't, but
but just a quick voiceover to make sure I'm following. So you opened up the template, kind of gives us this outline of the syntax, and you're writing a tweet in between those two parts.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna submit that.
We have several more that Paris had submitted that I missed this week.
Oh, I mean, it sounds like you stacked them up so they can be a great demo. That's what I heard.
Paris mentioned that she wanted to write some, but I don't think she has actually, looking over it. Maybe there's this one, but didn't we send out something about the annual report in the end? So interesting. Yeah, there's an old one in here from Paris that we should probably close out because we ended up doing it a different way, but cool. So I guess I should just go in and approve that.
Sure, why not?
Okay, going into that slash LGTM slash approve.
Okay, so we have a new pull request. The bar is created. It took a minute. Okay.
Okay, so I need to go to the PR probably to approve. So cool. It says what it fixes. It says that it's auto-generated. So cool.
I have the pull request. I don't know if the actions the Twitter has run. I'll just check.
I don't think it'll go until it runs all of its checks. So I went ahead and LGTM'd and approved it, even though it's not done with its checks. Unless my LGTM approve on the same line didn't work. I need to do those on separate lines.
You know, that's a good question.
I might need to do them on separate lines.
I think you do.
Okay. Because it doesn't look like it added the tags. So
Okay.
good learning for me.
Yeah.
Can you approve this also, Kathleen? The pull request.
New tweet file via automation. Okay, I can do that.
I hope this works.
Oh, this is the one that I'm on. Yeah, that's the one I'm working on. I LGTM'd it. If you refresh the page, it'll probably show. Yeah, you can see me doing the ones on the same line and then separate lines. Separate lines seems to have worked.
Yeah.
LGTM
Sadly.
label is approved. Approved label is added. So we'll need to wait for it to redo its checks because it currently says it doesn't have LGTM label.
It'll get one.
Isn't there a way that you can force it to check again?
Force Tide to check again?
Yeah. Oh, but it already did.
Yeah.
And it's already merged. And so it should be on Twitter any moment now.
All right. To the Kate's Contrib channel we go.
I don't see it yet, I think, but it should be any moment.
Bit cautious. I don't think it is.
Pulling it up
I
now.
think it does take it just a little bit. to
Okay, it's
get that
there.
done.
It's there. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Can actually put it over here. Yeah, we have it here. That's nice.
That is awesome.
It worked.
yeah.
Our first lab demo, that went really fine.
Woo! It is there. I'll put a link in our chat. So welcome everyone. You just witnessed something awesome. Oh, can I try sharing my screen real quick just for
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
second to see if it works?
I need to make you host or something.
I think
so.
I should still have it. No,
Do you?
I guess because I rejoined and everything. Yeah, I wouldn't still have it. That's silly.
I would think, well, never mind. What do I know?
Can you try now? I just enabled sharing screen.
Yeah, it looks like I can. And if I share,
Ta-da!
does that work?
Yep.
Yeah, it
Okay,
works.
so it's the web client. Thank you for letting me test that. How do I now stop sharing? Where is the thing? Oh, I'm
It's at
not
the top.
sharing the right screen either. You see the Microsoft Remote Desktop thing?
No, we see the tweet.
Oh, interesting. But it has the screen sharing thing on the wrong screen. So that's
I love
fun.
screen sharing. I love it so much, right? Like it never works exactly how you expect it to work every time. It's amazing.
Okay.
I just
I
love
don't
that
know.
we can live tweet during this, and
It's so cool.
it's really it's pretty neat.
Pretty darn easy too. We should totally post in Slack about that great success. Think I'm gonna
Totally.
do that.
I should actually also give a shout out to Karthik. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
for sure. That's incredible code. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We should do that in the shoutouts channel.
Yes.
For that.
And
Now we're
even link to the
talking.
tweet. We proved it live.
Yeah.
Eh.
We're all very excited. New folks are like, wow, okay, this is all it takes.
Good. Well, anything else we want to cover? Well, this is supposed to go to 45 after, so we're right up at the top of the meeting time. Just want to keep saying thank you for being here and for being interested in contributing. Best way to start is to keep showing up until this makes sense, and or send tweets now that you know the very helpful but possibly dangerous way in which you can suggest them.
We have to
Well,
approve them still.
Yeah, no. All joking aside, yeah, there's an approval mechanism, so just go for it.
Or you
Good.
can
Keep us
work
on
your
our
way,
toes.
work till you are the ones who gets to approve stuff. Then
Yeah, then you have free range. That's probably what I
That
was
is kinda
thinking of. Like,
dangerous. Yeah.
should I have
should not
approval rights
should not
right
have
now?
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great to see you. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye, y'all.